Good morning everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be analysing EU and we're going to see what day trading opportunities there are today. So we're on the daily chart, we have EU at the top, DXY at the bottom. So let's get into it. Apologies for the later than usual upload, so we'll be in time for the New York kill zone session. So what's happening here on the daily chart? Well, after taking that previous weekly low on Monday and all of that sell side liquidity creating that new lower low, we have pulled back somewhat. So yesterday we had quite a bullish day, huge bullish engulfing, and it's pretty much pulled us up to maybe still just in the discount, maybe the middle equilibrium of this leg here. We'll see that more on the lower time frame. Right, so price was very bullish yesterday, coming back from the sell side liquidity towards a premium or some buy side liquidity. We have an imbalance above here on the daily that may be drawing in price, right? But we'll also see on the lower time frame any price draws. So the daily looks bullish coming back from a discount. And on our inverse DXY, right, we have the same buy side liquidity taken at that higher high and price is retracing possibly towards a discount, maybe this same imbalance here on the daily as well. Right, so you can see yesterday was of course a bearish engulfing, and so far the candles are all red, including today, and on EU candles are all white. However, so far this morning we have taken fresh buy side liquidity from previous daily high and even historic highs of our previous day here, and price at the moment is a little doji. So yes, I do see that we could continue bullish on the daily. However, we'll see if the sell side liquidity or any resistance is present to maybe drive price lower in the meantime or just for today. We do have some news on the horizon in New York which may make things a bit more tricky as well. So let's move on to the 4 hour, let's see how that looks. So here on the 4 hour, just to point out, DXY isn't live on the 4 hour for whatever reason. So we have taken out this low which you can see with this exit. So there's a small difference there. So here's that bearish leg we discussed from the daily, just crept into that premium. So just above here, let me point this out as a draw on price again. Above here is a 4 hour POI with imbalance that price could possibly be drawn to in the future in that premium. There's also one above here imbalance as well, so we could in the future go quite high up into this premium here. We'll see what happens though. We have similar here on DXY as well, down at this extreme here. However, as you notice, we have that SMC divergence at the moment where we haven't taken out these highs here, but we have taken out these lows here on DXY. In the short term, we may see some bearish pressure, right, at this equilibrium point, just about in the premium as well. After taking all this buy side liquidity, you can see here with this X, sell side liquidity here on DXY. So that may motivate price to seek out some more sell side liquidity POIs, maybe this imbalance and gap here. So those are all possibilities, but I do agree that price is being drawn to this premium here, right? But as for today, from a day trading perspective, we have divergence still in place, buy side liquidity. At the moment, that buy side liquidity hasn't quite reversed price just yet. Sell side liquidity here as well, which may produce something. And then for the bullish case, of course, draw on price, right, from a premium and a discount. So I think the 4 hour is clear at the moment. I'm leaning towards possible short-term sells if we get a reaction from this area. I'll wait for some lower time frame price action. I wouldn't want to trade against it. Price would need to provide some obvious continuations, right? So I don't favor buys after taking buy side liquidity and taking sell side liquidity here on DXY, even though price may be drawn up towards here. So if I was to change my mind on that, I would have to see something really good continuation wise on the lower time frame. Anyway, that's enough for the 4 hour. I think I've spoken enough, so let's go down to the 1 hour and see what that shows us. Okay, so now we're into the nitty gritty of the 1 hour price action. You can see this current 1 hour, I think there's been some sort of news announcement as well. It's quite bullish. We did close out the previous 1 hour as a nice high test, spiking above, taking buy side liquidity, SMC divergence. Looked like we would possibly head lower, but I think with some sort of news announcement now, full year GDP growth, whatever that is, right, 39 minutes ago, possibly it's reversed price and we're being drawn up here. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what happens if price goes on to take more buy side liquidity, if we do have any sort of reversal, right, to come back down into this discount here. DXY of course is doing the same and has plenty of sell side liquidity that it may also sweep causing some maybe bearish reversal. So I'm still leaning towards bearish because I don't like trading against liquidity. So I'd rather wait for price to reach these zones, or like I said, clear above these highs and that continuation price action maybe to get involved in, but would be well within a premium at that point. So yeah, favoring shorts, using liquidity on my side, and this sort of premium price action on the 1 hour where we're making those higher highs. So I hope that's clear. I hope you understand what I mean by that, why I don't like trading against those negatives. Right, previous daily high. Let's see if price retraces now from here, loses this momentum and breaks down. So that's again my favored direction at the moment. News on the horizon for us to watch out for, of course. Now these were POIs here, but we've swept above them, so I've removed them, and I just see this now as liquidity opportunities rather than a POI to be respected. That's why those are no longer there. Same with this low here, as we've swept all the sell side liquidity from there, even though we may have closed within it and respected it. So let's go down to the M15. Let's see what the day trading opportunities may look like. So we're about to finish that London kill zone in the next 20 minutes. In terms of price, of course, we have now made this high, low on the M15, and it's the same with DXY, low, lower, high. What I would like to see to go with my preferred bias and leaning towards some sort of short-term shorts from all this buy-side liquidity would be price to make this lower high here, or sweep this high and then break down. So now we've got a nice structural low to break, and I want to see this happen preferably on the M15. Let's say price reverses from here, breaks this low, break of structure here, we leave behind a nice order block, okay, with imbalance, and then we can pull back to that possibly corrective within our New York kill zone, dependent on news of course, and then execute a trade to go short. Now one improvement to this, like I said, would be for us to sweep that buy side liquidity, which may happen because then that gives us the sponsorship, right, to break that low, right? It looks nice when you sweep, high test, break down that low, right? Obvious sponsorship of that move there, and then we'd leave behind an order block, possibly with fair value gap, for us to set our order, stop loss just above the high, and targeting whatever you target. For me it'd be 3%. So I could see this happen, which would favor with my bias, especially with an M15 break of structure. Before I forget here, breaking that fractal low, and then we have our possible corrective pullback, leaving inducement just below our entry for us to mitigate. So that's how I see things possibly coming. And whatever DXY does, we could get SMC divergence, we could get DXY possibly taking that low while we don't take this high here, so that high may stop short. If we can get that SMC divergence, that would look great too, leaving behind an order block, momentum coming into the market because maybe this sell side liquidity or whatever. But as long as it looks something like this or takes that high out, it would look reasonable. Preferably on the New York Open, yeah, some fresh buy side liquidity taken would look good. But I'll watch out for this news, it may stop any executions. So I hope that was clear. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Any misunderstandings, let me know. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.